What's going on YouTube? Team Crystal Chaos here with another video today. We're going to be doing the first of many vending series videos, guys. Today we're going to be talking about Vending 101, the startup checklist and guide to vending. As a vendor myself, I've been in the game doing this, selling on TCG Player for about 5 years now. I've been in Yu-Gi-Oh for a very long time before this, just doing trades, dealing with people for years and years and years. So yeah, a little bit about my background, but that's not why you guys are here. We're going to talk about the ins and outs of vending, just what you guys need to get started generally. So we're just going to hop right into it. I made this Google document for you guys. I'll be posting that down below in the description so that you guys can view this on your own leisure. So even if you don't want to watch the whole video, it's fun. This is a free guide that I've created. And yeah, so let's get right into it. So what is the first thing I'm going to be doing if I wanted to start selling? So number one is we're going to get prepared, right? You're going to create your selling outlet. Primarily, my personal suggestion is to use TCG Player, or you can use alternatives like Facebook, whatnot, eBay, any of those platforms where you can sell cards reliably. This is going to be the most important thing, guys. If you can't make money with the cards, I mean, there's no point in buying them, right? We're putting money out to make the money. So, TCG Player, we want to get a TCG Player selling account. This is the first thing you have to do in order to start this, right? You know, this is the cream of the crop website, guys. People use TCG Player as the, you know, one main source really for looking up prices, and then use eBay as kind of like a secondary option. But yeah, I mean, this is my personal suggestion where to go. You'll get the most traction on TCG Player. And what you're going to do is once you get your account up and running, you want to start by listing cheap, bulky cards you already own. You want to just start by getting as many orders as possible, because the main goal for this is going to be rack up as many sales as possible to build feedback and become a level 4 gold star seller on TCG Player. So what does that mean? If you guys use TCG Player normally, you'll see that a lot of people have you know, they'll have these little marks right here, these little gold stars. These are trusted stores, right? And then you have other stores, maybe like this one doesn't have a lot of sales. It doesn't have that yet. It's not verified. You want to be verified. People trust the verification. So, yeah. So yeah, TCG Player, that's the goal. And then if you have other means to do it in person too, it works, but you need a reliable source. The next thing we're going to be talking about is shipping supplies. So you got to send the cards out, and if you guys don't know how that works, I'm going to break that down real quick. If not, you can skip ahead. Top loaders. So I've linked many different things in the Google Doc for you guys through these links right here. So if you click on this, it'll open a link up, and it'll take you to a page of like something similar of like what you're looking for. So yeah, top loaders. If you guys don't know what top loaders are, they kind of look like this. They're these little hard plastic containers. You know, you put the cards in them, it protects it in the mail. You got to use these, or you got to have something similar. I've used like cardboard things in the past, but they're not like, they don't look professional. They just kind of look like, you know, the way I was doing them. I was cutting them in half, like these like disc container things. It protected the card, but I would only use it for cheaper stuff. Just get the top loaders, guys. Honestly, you want to get them in bulk. I buy them by the thousand. They last me a while. Yeah, so you want to get a good amount of them because you pay less if you get more. And then stamps, I would say try to find rolls cheaper than USPS retail. Look for connections and deals. Getting them by the roll just means like they're kind of like this, and they come in 100. Normally you're going to be paying 74 cents a stamp at USPS. That's a ripoff, not gonna lie. It is the price of stamps right now. You can get by doing that. You probably will have to do that at first, but there's many of outlets, especially on like Facebook. If you find people that sell these, I get mine for 20 for the whole roll, which is like significantly cheaper. I don't know where people get these at, not gonna lie, but there are deals. I just say keep your head up, ask around, you know, look for deals. But if not, if you're paying 74 cents, it is what it is at the time of the recording, because they've gone up over the years. It's crazy. Next thing we're going to be talking about envelopes. Any plain white envelope works. You know, you just write on them. And then tape, clear packing tape or painter's tape, any kind of tape, just to seal the top, because if you don't, the cards can kind of move out of this. and you just want them to stay steady. You can also use team bags. I haven't had a lot of experience doing that. I mean, it's pretty straightforward, but tape's easier, it's cheaper. And then letter track. This is a game changer for tracking, guys, and I'll probably be making a separate video on how to use this and really how to like get the most out of letter track. But if you don't know what Letter Track Pro is, it's basically a website to get tracking for very cheap. Essentially what it does is it turns your envelope into a first class envelope, and then you can get tracking on it. So it's like 18 cents to get this, you know what I'm saying? So I can go through here, you know what I'm saying? I got all my tracking numbers, you know. It's so much cheaper. If you buy a bunch of them like at once, it'll be even more cheap per one, but it's worth it because a lot of people in TCG Player will try to scam you and be like, I didn't get my card. I want to say like 80% of the people that contact me based off of like them not getting their order on this website, it almost always says delivered in mailbox, or it will tell me like, okay, there was a delay. Yeah, so this helps you for like these people not to get over on you. But yeah, I'll probably make another video about this, or honestly, you could just look it up, really. It's pretty straightforward, not too hard to figure out. Moving right on, that's all the shipping and stuff. Inventory. You want to get binders, storage boxes, and sleeves of any kind, really. We want to keep everything clean, sorted, and easy to access. We don't want to just have all the cards laying around. And I know how it looks behind me. I know I got a bunch of stuff laying around, but yeah. They're all in binders. The cards are all where they need to be. Yeah, and then sleeves. But yeah, you'll often get these for free when buying collections. Like, if you're buying a collection, like you should not be paying for binders, storage boxes, or sleeves. That's like a no-go. We don't consider that. The only binders I would say like you throw a couple dollars in for would be like a nicer binder that something's in. Some people will just be like, oh yeah, I want to keep my binder. You know, if they have something real nice, and that works. You know, you just clear it out. That's why you bring the box with you. But yeah, binders, storage box. You shouldn't be paying for this stuff. You should have a surplus of these. If you're starting, you can just grab a binder. This stuff's not too hard, not too expensive to start with. Pricing strategy. This is very important. So anything that is 50 cents to $4, you're going to be paying 50% of TCG verified low. When I first started, I was making the mistake of buying these cards for the same as I would like bigger cards, and that's a neg, honestly, because there's not as much room for profit. You know what I'm saying? So you wanna pay 50% on these. You know, 50 cents is on dollar cards. You know, dollar on $2 cards. I'll give you an example. So this Ash Blossom I have pulled up, the unlimited misprint. We look at this, we see lowest verified is $1.18 for near mint. We're paying 50 cents on it, right? Getting these at 50 cents is great. I'd pick these up all day at 50 cents because they probably will go up in the long run. Yeah, but yeah, 50 cents on something like this, you're gonna look at the listings. Now, if there was only like one listing at like $1.18 and they keep going up, let's say like these were all twos and the card was basically about to be a $2 card, you could justify paying $1 on it, but like, the goal is to get the best price possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to keep that stuff close to your hand close, and not like, you don't want to break down every single card down in front of people. You know, you can make some piles and stuff, but that's like a whole other video. But yeah, you know, you're gonna pay 50 cents on dollars and so on. Anything above $4, you want to pay 60 to 70% on. Now, these numbers are kind of like my numbers. This is my model. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty general though. You should be paying somewhere in this range. If you feel comfortable paying more, go for it. You know, if you want to pay, you know, 75, 80%, go ahead. But do realize that TCG Player does take 15% plus the cost of the shipping materials. So keep that in mind with your profit margin. So yeah, like for example, right, we'll go over this Ash Blossom, right? The QCR one, we're seeing about 144, right? So we pull up our calculator. That's how you do the math on it if you don't know. So we put in 144 as the retail, and we're going to multiply that times 70%. And it's basically the same thing as multiplying at 0.7. We multiply that, and we're getting somewhere around 100. Now, if you're paying like 65 to 70, which is generally what I'll do, is 65%. No, hold on. 144 times 65% equals 93.6. So conservatively, I probably offer like 60, like somewhere in the 60s, so I'll be like 95. And a lot of times people will just be like, well, can you do an even 100? And you're kind of expecting that, so you want to start a little bit lower. But yeah, this is the general guideline for that. If we go back to here, we'll see. Okay, bulk cards, right? This is any card that the retail is a quarter or less on. Let's say like you go through somebody's binder, you take a bunch of stuff out, you look up a card and it's like 14 cents. This goes into your bulk pile. And what the bulk pile is kind of used for is to round deals to even numbers. So let's say the purchase is $83, for example. All your cards add up. You know, you have like a little stack of bulk, little bulk pile like this big or something. You know, you'd be like, okay, 85, right? Just to make it a round number, because people are like, they just want to hear round numbers. You know, you say like, oh, it came out to like 47.25. Like, nobody wants to hear that. Just give me 50 or 45, you know? Like, because people will normally do that. And if you're paying that, then it works for you, go ahead. But we like even numbers here, guys. Trading. We traded an equal TCG player low, verified low. We have to remember at the end of the day, guys, like, this is my personal philosophy on it. We are backpack vendors, you know what I'm saying? We don't have a brick and mortar store. So going up to somebody and being like, yeah, your card is worth, you know, 30% less than mine, it's kind of scummy, to be honest, in my opinion. And the name of the game here is we want to have a good name when we're doing this, because vendors already get like a, I guess you would say like a bad rap, just because, I don't know. I've seen stuff on like Zodiac Duelists and stuff where you have people being like, yeah, I'll pay 70%, and then they get laughed at in the comment sections. Well, it's like these NPCs in the comment sections, they don't do this for a living. You're not trying to make money off it. Only reason you're trying to buy the cards in the first place is because you're trying to profit. That's the whole goal, right? So just trading in an equal TCG player verified low, it just gives you a better name, honestly. I think it's kind of crazy that people do this. If you're a store, if you have a brick and mortar store, go for it. You know, you have the right. You've earned that. You know, selling in-person sales, you generally want to price at 80 to 85% of TCG low. You can go down or up on this. This is just my general guideline. I'll usually do like 85%. But if it's somebody I've done business with multiple times, or like a teammate or something, 80% is where I'm aiming at for them. Just because like they've been loyal, they keep coming back to me. It's like more of like a homie discount, you know what I'm saying? You can charge retail too sometimes, but again, you want your name to be clean. Especially like if there's like a card that's like $2 or $3. Like a lot of times you'll be like, oh, just give me $2 for it, $3 for it. But don't hesitate to give deals out, guys. Like, don't be afraid to like neg $1 or $2 to, you know what I'm saying, like give somebody a deal, because people will remember like, hey, he looked out for me more so than they did, like, or more so than you will remember that you lost, you know, you basically broke even on a card or paid $1 or $2 or lost $1 on it. Like, it's not that deep, right? Do not hesitate to give deals out, because this gives you a better name, right? And even give out free $1 to $2 cards when appropriate, guys. And obviously you're not a charity, right? But like, let's say like there's an instance, and when I say when appropriate, I mean like an instance where it's like, all right, this guy wants this like $2 like True Light off me or something, right? And I don't see anything in his binder. Some like Blue Eyes kid or something, some scrub kid or something. He's like, I want this card. It's a hollow version of True Light, guys. I want this, man. And you know, you go through his binder and it looks like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like this, and it's just like, man, just take the card, bro. It's cool, right? I paid $1 on it, right? I'm not afraid to lose that $1, right? And similarly, like, sometimes, you know, you might be in the middle of a deal or something. Somebody wants a card, like, just give them the $2 card, bro. Don't do this all the time, but like, do it enough so like, you know, like when appropriate, obviously, right? So, like I was saying, you're not a charity, but a $2 card is worth way less than a good name. And that's like the point I'm trying to stress here, is like giving out deals helps people to remember, like, hey, this guy looked out for me. Like, go to him. People have sent other people my way just because they have a positive history with me. You know what I'm saying? So you'll get business just by word of mouth like this. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have more cards too. And just a quick disclaimer, guys. Make sure that you're allowed to buy and sell where you're at. Like, don't do this at like events and stuff like regionals and YCS. Konami does not allow it. It's an easy way to get banned. So make sure you're not doing this there. Do it outside of the event, whether that's at your house leave the venue. You know what I'm saying? Like, go outside. Don't do it there because they will kick you out. They will ban you. So just keep this in mind. Payments and transactions. You're gonna want the following codes or the following apps: PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. You should have these four at the bare minimum. Apple Pay too. Whatever other apps I'm forgetting. I don't use Apple products because, in my opinion, Apple's trash. I'm Samsung all the way. But yeah, so just, at PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. And when I say print out the QR codes, what I'm saying is like something like this. You want to print your thing out, like screenshot it, print it out, and put it in the front of your binder for very easy, convenient scanning. It makes things super easy, and this is like a strategy I've applied for a long time, and a lot of people like the idea. So yeah, I think it's a great idea. I think it's easy. It makes things simple. So print them out, put them in your binder, and it looks official too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it looks like, oh, people are like, oh, you really know what you're doing, man. You really be doing this, right? And that's the goal you want. You want people to have a good view of you at the end of the day in this. So backpack setup. So what do you bring to events, right? I personally use this like backpack from Target. I'll pull it up for you. It's a big like 45 travel bag. I don't know. It fits a lot. It's husky, man. It's a husky bag. It fits a lot. So like I said, I've linked everything in the description or in the Google Doc, so you can find that there. Make sure you have a good bag. Don't cheap out. You're carrying value. You're carrying money on you. Card storage. So we're gonna want to bring like 1 to 2 binders. I made the mistake before of carrying like 10 binders with me, and it's like so much of a hassle. Sure, you have more product, but it's not really worth walking around with. Especially if you're just starting, you really only need 1 binder. So yeah, I've got like a link here for the binders, but like, invest in a nice binder too. If your binder looks like this, or like this earlier I was talking about, bro, what are you doing, man? We don't do that here, guys. Like, this is some scrub stuff right here, man. Like, people are gonna look at you like you're a scrub and unprofessional. If I see somebody walking around with this and they walk up with me with this, I'm like, bro, like, this is like a struggle binder, man. This is like, dude, you must have had this binder for like 20 years, bro. Like, this type of stuff. And then these are cheap trash binders. Don't get these. Invest in a nice binder. Get something at least like this, man. Like a clean, like, something that looks nice. Like the black inside. This isn't even anything crazy. You get these at like Target. You can obviously get like a lot nicer binders, but this gets the job done better than any of those. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. 800 count storage box. This is something else you want to bring with you. If you don't know what it looks like this. You can get these like any LGS or even like online, wherever. They're very useful, but just keep in mind you're going to want to bring extra sleeves with you, because what tends to happen when you carry these around all day is the cards jump up and down and they scrape on the sides like this, and it creates edge wear. So make sure that you have extra sleeves on you for pickups. Penny sleeves work. You can fit more in penny sleeves. Anything like that, just to protect the cards from like traveling with them in the box. And then obviously a phone with TCG Player app and calculator. I don't know why I put physical down. Don't walk in somewhere with a physical calculator, bro. Just use the app on your phone, man. It's just this is like cringe. Yeah, ChatGPT wrote this. Anyway, the TCG Player app. You need this, or just like any version of it that helps you look up cards. I think this goes without saying. Connections you want to make. You want to go where the players are. Locals, card shops, anything like that. Weekly meetups, anything like that. Just where people are, where you can confidently and pick up cards every week, and people will have stuff, places to trade and all that type of thing. Regionals, YCS. Make sure you're walking around. Don't just stay in one place. Really look for deals. Look for people who are trying to get rid of stuff, trade stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't sell anything unless you're allowed, obviously. And then, like I said, meetups, Facebook groups, people online. But be careful online. A lot of people are scammers. So just make sure that if you're selling there, that you're using PayPal goods and services. And then vendor etiquette, guys. This is very important. So my philosophy on it is to be respectful and respectable. Make sure that you're respecting people's cards. Don't just pull stuff out or their binder, make sure you ask them like, hey, is it cool if I pull stuff out, or ask them if they're moving something. You know what I'm saying? Like, just don't go doing things to other people's stuff until they kind of give you permission to do it. Unless it's somebody you've done business with a lot, then it's like whatever, you're already used to them. But being respectable, that's another thing too. What does this mean, right? So this is like, don't treat somebody like, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't act like you're like above them, right? Like, don't do that. Make sure that you pay them on time. Like, they don't owe you anything. Like, I've heard of people like not getting paid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they buy cars and don't pay for it. Like, make sure you're paying on the spot. Like, don't take the cars so the person has the money, right? Like, don't give somebody like a dead fish as a handshake. Like, look the part. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't stand when I go to give somebody a handshake and they're just like, like this like little dead fish. Like, do you have a wrist, bro? Like, come on, man. Like, give me a firm handshake, especially if you're a man, bro. If you're a dude, bro, I want a high testosterone handshake, bro. I don't need none of that like weak stuff, bro. Come on, give me a real handshake. You know what I'm saying? So we want to be respectful and respectable. Stay clean and organized. You know what I'm saying? People get banned for stinking these days. Like, don't look like a slob, bro. Like, walk in, look professional. Like, I mean, I wear shorts and a tank top, but like, I don't look dirty. You know what I'm saying? I definitely don't stink. I'll tell you that. You can't be walking in places smelling like a trash bag, bro. Like, take a shower. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Presentation matters here, and this matters in your binder. The cars, you know, your binder, the cars in your binder, the way they look. Like, you want to have everything presented properly. We don't want to look like sloppy and disorganized, okay? Another thing is the follow-up, right? The people you've done deals with before, 9 times out of 10, you'll do business with them again, especially if, you know, it was a positive experience for both parties. Follow up, be like, yo, like, make sure you get their name. Be like, yo, do you come here a lot? Like, you often, like, you know, do you come here often type situation, right? But not in that, like, flirtatious way, obviously. We're talking about, like, do you come here often? Like, you be at locals like this, or you know, you come to the regionals, you be traveling. Make connections with people, add them on Facebook, man, add them on Instagram, whatever you want to add them on, but like, reach out, you know what I'm saying? Follow up later, be like, yo, do you have any cars you want to off? You know what I'm saying? Because you want to do business outside of these places. You know, go buy collections, because a lot of times people will have like just cars sitting in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, so many bulls just be grabbing cars, they throw them up. You know what I'm saying? They toss them in a box and they forget about them, and then years later, like, oh dang, man, I had this. You know what I'm saying? Like, you go and you make connections with people and buy their cars outside, man. You wouldn't believe that some people have. And then I hinted on this last point earlier with being respectable. Like, don't give off like I'm a vendor energy. Like, you want to be relatable and make people feel like you're on the same level, right? Like, you don't want to walk up and seem like, oh, you owe me something, or like I'm above you because I do this for a living. No, like, be like friends, man. Like, be chill, bro. Like, the people I like doing business with are the ones that are like cool and they can talk to you, and you know, you're just chilling. It seems like you're cool with them, right? It's like, it's good vibes, right? We don't want this like stiff, like tight energy where it's like, yeah, well, like, sitting here with the cars, like, and then just like this weird uptightness. I don't know how to explain it, right? It's just, it's an L, man. It's an L. That's what that is. Straight L. But yeah, man. We wanna just be like another guy to them, right? We wanna seem like a normal person, because if you're relatable and you can talk to people, and make them feel like, you know, like you're their friend, basically. Like, for example, people will like talk to me, like I'll be sitting there pricing out a collection or something. They'll be sitting there talking about their deck, talking about all these cool things, like random games, like things I'm not really too particularly like into. Like, I don't really care like that, honestly, but I'll listen because I want them to feel like, hey, like, all right, I got them talking, like, it's a good deal, like, I can understand where you're coming from, that type of thing. Like, you relate to them, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, like, be agreeable, right? You want that. You, like, if you ever see, like, people in sales, like, phone sales and stuff, like Verizon or something, I just got a new phone and stuff, so I was over there. They're very agreeable people, right? And it makes you, like, feel comfortable with them. That's what they want. Similarly, we want people to feel comfortable. We want them to, you know, want to keep coming to us and be like a friend, basically. So that's just my like philosophy on that, and I found that it works really well, because we're already like buying their cars at less than they would get online, but we're kind of doing them a service by essentially selling the cars for them. But yeah, that's a whole different topic. And finally, the business strategy, guys. We want to rotate inventory often. Fresh stock grabs attention. We want to have the newest stuff. We want the cars people want. You know, when people ask me like, "Do you have this?" I want to say yes every time. That's the goal. I want to have as much inventory as possible so that people be like, "Okay, he's got stuff. He always has something new. He's always got something fresh, right?" That's why you always want to be picking stuff up. Like, don't stop. Keep picking up stuff every single week, wherever you can. You know what I'm saying? And then we want to sell most cars we pick up over $1. Most of these cars that you're like $2 cars and up, you want to sell these online. You can sell the smaller stuff, but like a lot of times I feel like it's not worth it because you're getting it for so cheap and it has a higher chance to go up. But that really falls along the lines of like, hold undervalued cards you believe in. And with my philosophy in this is like, live and die by your beliefs, right? Like, if you believe a card is going to go up or you believe a card is going to get reprinted, like, stick to that decision. You know what I'm saying? The last thing you want is to be like indecisive, right? Like, for example, like I got this binder right here next to me, right? It's what I call my reserves binder. If you look at the back of here, it's literally like just a massive stack of Dragoons. My opinion on it is just like, it's gonna get a double dose next format, so like the Dark Magician stuff and with the Draco Tail stuff. So I feel like it's gonna go up. Now, if it doesn't, I lived and died by my beliefs. You know what I'm saying? I might have nagged on it, but you want to stick to your beliefs essentially. Like the things that you find that you personally believe with the information you're given, stick to it. Don't flip flop. Don't be like, oh, I don't know. No. Stick to your beliefs. You know what I'm saying? If you believe a car is going up, stick to it. And then this is probably the biggest thing I want to talk about, guys. Do not be afraid to invest. Do not be afraid to spend money. Scared money don't make money, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you are afraid to put money out, this is not the thing for you. It is not. It simply is not. Like, if you're like penny pinching and be like, oh, I don't even want to pay $1, like I'm scared, or if you're afraid to drop like $100 on cars, don't even do this, bro. It's not even worth doing for you. You're not gonna make anything because what you spend is what you make. The more you spend, the more you make. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're paying a percentage on things to profit in that percentage margin. Your percentage margin should be anywhere from like 10 to like 50%, depending on how well you do in buying the cards. But your profit margin can be high. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're like moving stuff that like you picked up at like real cheap. Like, look at the Vanquish Soul stuff, guys. Raisin was a quarter. It was a quarter, guys, and now it's like selling for $30. That is some GameStop stock type stuff, guys. This is like crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm trading a card that used to be a quarter, I paid a quarter for $30 worth of cards. Absolutely, that's insane. That's like that's a massive profit margin right there, guys. So with that, it brings me to the next thing is picking up literally everything. Like, pick up every single card you think has any chance to ever, go up, right? Like, I don't even know what I have near me, but something like this, right? Here we go. Mini Cat, right? It's $1 right now. But hypothetically one day, Tunes get some crazy support. Card goes up to like $20. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? And it's not just with the Mini Cat. It's like in general, like, pick up everything. Be very well versed, right? Like, when people forget about things, we remember. Quote on my guy fresh off the press there. He always says, when people forget, we remember, right? And that's when we buy. We don't buy when, there's hype around stuff, at retail. You know what I'm saying? If you're buying on TCG Player, right? You buy when people forget about stuff because people are just trying to get rid of it. But when people are buying it, then then you get rid of it. So when people forget, we remember. Stay informed, like I said. We want to use Market Watch channels to stay ahead of the game. Like these guys. We got my guy fresh off the press right here. I just did a collab with him a few days ago. Go check out his channel down in the description. And then other channels like Team Sakurasu. This is another one I watch. He's very good. And House of Champs. The OG GOAT of this. But yeah, you can check these guys out. The links are all right here in the Google Doc. And obviously, like, do your own market research at home and in the field, right? Like, you should know the prices of cards because you're looking them up consistently, right? Like, I'll just be looking cars up every day pretty much, like, for one reason or another. Sometimes I'll low-key be driving. I'll stop at a red light, oh, I need to know the price of this car right now. Like, it's just like, I gotta know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you be on the go, you just be thinking like, man, what's the price of this? Right? Because you're just curious, right? Because you're just trying to always know the market, right? Now, that's pretty much it for the Google Doc, right? On top of this, guys, whatever your intentions are with this, like, you don't have to vend straight up. Like, maybe you just want to make some money on the side. That works. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you want this to be your full-time gig. Go for it. Just understand that, you know, what you put in is what you get. If you put 100% in, you're going to get 100%. Or you'll get 50% by the logic, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're going to get a percentage on what it. But the point is that I'm making is, if what you put in is what you're going to get. You're going to multiply your money. Don't be afraid to spend money. Don't be afraid to make investments and stick to what you believe, right? So, yeah, guys, this was the video, how to get started. I hope you guys found value in this. So yeah, check out the rest of the channel. We'll be posting more videos soon. Yeah, like, subscribe, comment down below. Team Crystal Chaos signing out.